Boxing truth here. Let's talk about Jeff Horn and how he's pretty much telling all the top welterweights in the division that he's the A side, and that if you want a shot at him, if you want to get your hands on him, you got to come to Brisbane. You got to come to Australia if you want that work with Jeff Horn. That's what he's telling Keith Thurman. That's what he's telling Errol Spence. And that's what he's saying to Manny Pacquiao if he ever wants that rematch. Jeff Horn's team has secured the rematch with Pacquiao if it ever does happen in Brisbane. The rematch will have to take place in Australia as it was contracted. If a rematch ever did occur, Brisbane will get the first rights, and Jeff Horn's team have closed that deal. So Pacquiao's got a decision to make. Either he goes back to Australia to try to get revenge, to try to avenge that loss, or he's not going to get the fight. But Pacquiao will be setting himself up for failure if he was to go back to Australia and fight Jeff Horn again in Brisbane. It most likely will be another decision loss for Pacquiao. I don't see Pacquiao knocking out Horn in a rematch, especially not after more time out of the ring, a year older, political duties, Jeff Horn more confident, coming in as world champion. It just spells another L for Pacquiao if he was to fight Jeff Horn again, especially in Brisbane. So who knows what Pacquiao's going to do. Maybe he'll retire. Maybe he'll go after 60 and win number 60, but against somebody else other than Jeff Horn. But a lot of fans are not taking Jeff Horn very seriously. They still think he's food, that he's just an afterthought, that he's irrelevant in the welterweight division. But y'all need to take this cat very seriously, because he might end up whipping one of your favorite fighters' asses, whether that be Terrence Crawford, whether that be Keith Thurman, whether that be Errol Spence. Jeff Horn is the guy with the best win. He's the guy coming off a decision win over a legend. And he's the guy that most likely will fight Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford within a 12-month period. And Thurman still don't know when he's coming back. Only fought once this year. Has 2 belts. But Team Horn has a point. Right now he is irrelevant in the welterweight division. Until he comes back full force, not taking comeback fights, and fighting the best out there. Thurman needs to make a reopening statement in the welterweight division. Where he's at. How's he feeling? How's the elbow? But Jeff Horn, he's announced his next fight. He's going to be fighting Gary Corrigan in a voluntary defense. He's going to whip this guy's ass. Corrigan's nothing special, comes forward, aggressive. It's going to be a showcase opponent for Jeff Horn. Just a stay busy fight, as Bob Arum only has 2 options on him. Only 2 fights to co-promote Jeff Horn's next fight. And he's going to match him with one of his clients, whether that be after this fight, of course, whether that be Pacquiao or Terrence Crawford. The question is the fight going to take place in Brisbane? Doesn't seem like Jeff Horn is really all that keen on leaving Australia. I mean, he's getting a lot of government backing there. They're putting a lot of support behind Jeff Horn, and the bigger the opponent, the bigger the name, the more support they're going to put behind them. Which is why the rematch with Pacquiao, if it ever occurs, will take place in Brisbane, because that's the place where it makes the most money. There's no other place in the world that's throwing the type of support that the Brisbane government is throwing for Jeff Horn for that potential rematch. And Bob wants it to take place there anyway, since that's where it makes the most sense financially. So while Pacquiao is making his decision, or whether he returns or not, Jeff Horn is going to keep busy. He's going to make a title defense in Brisbane, and then he's most likely going to take on Terence Crawford in the first quarter of next year if Pacquiao doesn't take the rematch. It doesn't seem like Crawford is going to fight Jeff Horn in his first fight in the welterweight division. It's just too short of a time frame. They're talking about a March return for Crawford, and Jeff Horn will fight in December. Maybe they can fight next, but we'll have to wait and see. But Jeff Horn is telling all of the welterweights that he is the A side, and that if you want to become a WBO king, you got to come to Brisbane and come see Jeff Horn. Will any of the welterweights come see Jeff Horn in Australia? Or will they say that he's irrelevant, just a non-factor, when in reality, he's got the biggest win in the welterweight division? He is the most relevant out of all the champions because of the name on his resume, because of who he fought and how he fought and what he was able to endure during that fight, showing a lot of heart, not quitting. He could have quit after that beatdown in the 9th round. He didn't. Fought hard in the next 3 rounds. Still thought he lost, but really put a great account of himself. I have a lot of belief in Jeff Horn. You may think I'm crazy. You may think I don't know shit about boxing. But let me tell you something. Jeff Horn is no afterthought. Take this guy seriously, because he may end up whipping your favorite fighter's ass. I am looking forward to that eventual showdown with Crawford. That will answer all these questions on whether Jeff Horn is legitimate or not. That will dispel any doubts about Jeff Horn, whether he's elite or world class or not. You won't get your answers in the Corican fight. Even if he looks spectacular, they're still going to say he's a bum. He's going to have to fight one of the top welterweights, one of the American champions, to finally get his respect and recognition. And I'm waiting for that day. It's just something about Jeff Horn just oozes with confidence, telling all these champions in the division that you got to come see me. I'm the A side. I'm TBE. I'm undefeated. I have the best win on out of all the welterweights that are current champions. I didn't beat guys coming off a knockout loss. I didn't beat a Danny Garcia, who really didn't have a big win at welterweight. I wasn't upgraded to being a champion. He has a win over Manny Pacquiao. Whether you thought he won or lost, doesn't matter. It was a close fight. And now Jeff Horn is going to get his chance to prove whether it's with Pacquiao in the rematch or against Terence Crawford, whether he's legit or not. Bob Arum is going to make the fight, but he's not very confident that Terence Crawford will beat Jeff Horn. He's hopeful that Crawford can beat Horn, because for some strange reason Bob still believes Crawford is going to be his next superstar. Was even on record saying that Crawford has a better chance of being a big star compared to Lomachenko. You need to put more stock in Lomachenko, Bob Arum, and not Terence Crawford. Because if you put him in there with Jeff Horn in the first fight in the welterweight division, and you make him go to Australia to get that fight, it's going to be the end of your boy. and you're gonna be begging for a long promotional contract deal with Jeff Horn once he disposes of Terrence Crawford in 2018. Man, I cannot wait until that fight is finalized. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.